I have to make 3 points. Point number 1 is the wonderful approach you suggested, integrating climate change with macroeconomic policies, militarism, and gender equality. And believe me, sisters, when that is only talked about in a caucus like this, you go to the mainstream feminist movement, it hasn't made its way yet. The other point I want to raise is the whole issue of migration or immigration as a problem. It is a problem. But when we talk about that problem, we only talk about people migrating from south to north. We do not talk about the internal displacement and internal migration, which is causing havoc in many, many countries. And the third issue I want to raise is the whole issue of land, natural disasters, and women's equality. Originally, I come from Pakistan, where we had an earthquake in 2005, and I come from the area where earthquake had happened. And what is really happening there is the big shots, the elites you were referring to, taking agricultural land in an area which was already not self-sufficient in food production. But whatever food production was taking place, that land has been taken for reconstructing homes. In the last 4 years, those homes are not yet built. But what happened, they got the compensation, they appropriated the land from people like my own family, they are farmers, and distributed it among themselves. There is no reconstruction, and Haiti is probably going to go through the same thing, that this is an opportunity now for the vultures who are going to grab land and really erode local food production, which directly affects women and directly affects climate. Because right now, because of the land appropriation and not focusing on the changes which have taken place there, there was a big, huge lake which was formed in that area, which erupted this year, wiping out again thousands of villages and destroying so many lives. So it's a very complicated issue, needs an integrated approach, and I'm so glad you talked about it, but I thought I'll raise these 3 points. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so we have only like 10 minutes left, so I want to get at least you 3, 4 that I'm seeing. Yes, you're next. So, but I might just go ahead and, no, go ahead and allow other people to speak before we respond.
Hi everybody, I'm Faranek from Azerbaijan, Iran. I am Faranek from Azerbaijan, Iran. We are the majority of the people, one of the largest ethnic groups in Iran. Like the other ethnic groups are oppressed by the minority. And now my question from the panelists is that because of gender, race, ethnic, and for example, climate changes, all of them, social class, are producing discrimination, and all of these are intermingled. But we encourage to active in one of the movements. They separate the movements. For example, women movements and ethnic movements. So as you have the same problem, the black people in the black women in U.S. we have the same problem. You should be activists in one of the movements. For example, women movements or anti-racist racist movements. So, but we know that all of these items are related to each other, and what should we do in order to not to lose the relationship of all these items? And you know, by separation, some of our energies. You know, we lose some of our energies, and my question is is that
Okay, so actually, I'll go ahead and get some quick responses to those 3 comments, and then we'll take the last round of 4 people.
I'll go ahead and just go ahead and respond to the last question. I do absolutely think, I tell people all the time that it's impossible for me to be in the body that I am and not be an activist. To be a black woman, a lesbian in the United States and not be an activist, not be politicized, to me is impossible. I also don't think that my mother would have allowed it out of her children. But what I also think is beautiful, especially about the feminist work that black women have done in this country, is that we actually started the conversation around intersectionality. So looking at how all of the issues that impact us do impact us, and not saying I don't have to be black first, I don't have to be a woman first, I don't have to be